So it all boils down to this. 2 nations remain to see who comes out as kings of the continent out in Africa. That's right, folks. It's time for my predictions for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. Let's get going. That's right, folks, back once again for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations predictions, boys and girls. It is the final. 2 teams remain, and we are not live. Unfortunately, we're not going to do a live show. We're going to be right here on YouTube for you guys to witness my predictions live. Well, that's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations final, boys and girls. That's right. It's boiled down to 2 nations, and we'll talk all about that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Africa Cup of Nations. Blabbing Rovers. Woo! Football, we're going to all here under one roof, skis, boys and girls. Yes, folks. Been out throughout the month of June and into the month of July. We've been watching this breakdown to the final match, and we're going to take a look at that final right here, right now. So before that, we're going to take a look at how we got to this point with these 2 nations. And then, obviously, we're going to have a good crack at the old predictions. So here we are, boys and girls. So it all kicked off out in Group A with the hosts Egypt up against Zimbabwe. This group actually turned out to be a little bit of a surprise with Uganda squeezing past Dr. Congo, boys and girls. Zimbabwe tumbling out at the early stages. But Egypt, Uganda going through. Dr. Congo had to wait a little bit to find out that they got themselves through. Surprise of this round was possibly the Uganda Congo match with Uganda picking up the victory as well. But all in all, Egypt went through and they looked good at this point, but little did they know. Moving on into Group B. Madagascar was the surprise of the tournament so far. Was this the first ever Africa Cup of Nations? I believe it is. But they came through on top, 7 points out of a possible 9. Without a defeat as well, including beating one of the sort of favourites. My favourites indeed, Nigeria along the way. 2-0 victory for Madagascar here. Burundi, unfortunately, they picked up 0 points and they crashed out. So Madagascar went through as winners. Nigeria came through as second spot. Guinea came through in one of the third spots as well. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to skip Group C for a bit of a weird reason or a special reason. We'll save that for a little bit later on. But over to in Group D we go. And this group was dominated by 3 powerhouses. And to see who was going to come out on top. Morocco did eventually come out on top, winning all 3 games and not conceding a goal along the way. Ivory Coast came through second spot, and South Africa. Bafana made it through. Squeaky bum time, third spot with 3 points on the board. But little did they know what was in store for them along the way. Namibia. Ryan Naomi had a good old tournament. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get anything under their wings. But there's I think it's a debut tournament for them. So hopefully he's got some more caps and appearances for Namibia along the way. But kudos, he's back at Ewood Park now. My predictions-wise on this one, okay, just a couple of red blobs. Over in Group E, though, it was a little bit of a torrid time for me. Basically just got 1 half result, and that was picking Mali over Mauritania. But ultimately, this was a very, very lopsided, weird group with Mali coming out on top, 7 points out of possible 9. Tunisia squeezing through as well with just 3 draws as well. So they came second on that one, which meant Angola, Mauritania on 2 points. Unfortunately, they went home at this stage. Over in Group F, another difficult group to call. But it was the Black Stars come out on top on goal difference ahead of Cameroon, with Benin squeezing through as well with 3 draws. Guinea-Bissau went home after 2 defeats as well. Surprised result out of this round. I guess it was the 0-0 draw between Benin and Cameroon, perhaps. But ultimately, it was a bit of a snore fest, this group. A lot of draws in here, not much goals, not much to get excited about. So we are going to jump into the knockout stages here and take a look at how we got again to the final. And again, I have not forgotten about Group C. We'll talk more about Group C because it's a little bit of a tasty factor going on in Group C. Anyway, so Morocco took on Benin to go through in the second round, round of 16. Morocco tumbling out at this stage to Benin, underdogs here. I went with Morocco, but unfortunately I got that wrong. Penalties were the deciding factor. Benin go through. Uganda then took on Senegal, and they tumbled out at this stage. Senegal doing bits. They were in Group C. Meanwhile, Madagascar's story continued in the round of 16, squeezing through 2-2 after 90 minutes, 4-2 on penalties to go through to the quarterfinals. Unbelievably, Congo crashed out. Ghana also crashed out to Tunisia, also on penalties. I actually sided with Tunisia I believe. I can't believe I did that, but I did. On the other half of the draw, Nigeria took on Cameroon, and Nigeria's Super Eagles came through as well with a 3-2 victory. Goals galore in that one. I actually predicted a 1-0 win for Nigeria. Meanwhile, Egypt tumbled out to Bafana. The hosts crashing out to South Africa 1-0. And I actually predicted Egypt to go through. Algeria came through against Guinea quite comfortably, 3-0 in the end. I actually predicted a 3-1 win for Algeria as well. And then Mali tumbled out to Ivory Coast in the round of 16. Into the quarterfinals we now. Benin tumbled to Senegal. 2-0 was my prediction. 1-0 was the final score. Senegal go through to the semis. Meanwhile, Madagascar tumbled out. I did actually call Tunisia to win this one, so I got that right. Unfortunately, a lot of viewers out there were hoping Madagascar would go through, but unfortunately, it had to end sometime. There was no way they were going to go all out and win this. 3-2, I predicted for Tunisia. I did expect them to give them a game, but unfortunately, no. On the other side of the draw, Nigeria did beat Bafana South Africa 2-1. Got this one bang on the nose. And Algeria, they also continue their path to the semi-finals, beating Ivory Coast on penalties. Actually called a 2-1 win, so I did okay in the quarterfinals. Not too shabby. Now here we go. Into the semi-finals we go. Senegal took on Tunisia as Senegal ousted Tunisia 1-0. Yeah, just the one goal got themselves through. I actually went with Tunisia, so unfortunately I got that wrong. And I also got the next one wrong. Nigeria against Algeria. I went with Nigeria with 2-1. It was a 2-1 score, but it was in favour of Algeria. So that sets up your final. Senegal up against Algeria. Obviously, my colours are a little bit off, but I don't care. We're going to plough through. Who's it going to be? Senegal against Algeria. Before we take a look at this in a bit more detail, and again, I've not forgotten about Group C. It's still there. It's still in the back of my mind. Let's take a look at what you boys thought. A lot of predictions out there. I cannot really cover them all. They are on the screen, but I'm going to go through them anyway. Jalil Shalili went with Tunisia and Algeria to make up the final. Wrong. Tunisia won't beat Senegal, they said. Nigeria won't beat Algeria. But you never know. This guy, Chloe Louis, got it bang on. Didn't go for any scores, but got the right thing. Advenka went with a Senegal-Algeria final, it looks like. So they're on point. Again, got to take some of these with a pinch of salt because I'm a little bit late in the money because some of these may have been written after the fact, but I'm gonna trust you all you guys. Senegal 2, Algeria 2. So again, another prediction here to predict the final. Yeah, Dr. Congo. That's the one I'm saying it from right now because that Democratic Republic of Congo is a bit of a mouthful. Senegal 2, Tunisia 1, Nigeria 1, Algeria 1. So Satiki Sam got it wrong. Kenneth Onya went with Senegal, Nigeria. Got that one wrong. Blessing Toravenga went with Senegal and Algeria. Got that. Well, I'm not going to go with the score lines. I'm just saying you got the final prediction right. Michael Osaji went with Senegal and Nigeria. Unlucky there. You went with Nigeria like me. Hen Uwayala went with Senegal, Nigeria. Again, half right there. Meanwhile, IO Gaming went with a Tunisia, Algeria there with a nice little shout out. But unfortunately wrong. Luton Town went with Senegal and Nigeria. Again, unfortunately wrong. Abudali Garad went with Senegal, Nigeria as well. Frank Davi went Nigeria to Tunisia. Final, perhaps? I don't know. Nigeria 2, Algeria 1. He called this one. The football nerd went with Senegal, and he also went with Nigeria. Oh, that would have been so... You know, this guy's been on point throughout the prediction, so he's unlucky not to get that one right. Ahmed Baina went with an Algeria Senegal something. Cody Kehoe went with a Senegal 1 a victory and a Nigerian victory as well, so unfortunately wrong. This guy FC Barcelona Root went with a Nigeria versus Senegal final, and he went with Nigeria to win it, so wrong. Frederick Adeji, Senegal to win the title, possibly. It's still on point. Sakira A went with Algeria and Senegal, so this one's got pretty much close. Pompey Lad 96 went with Tunisia, went with Algeria, got half right. And Tampa Bay Rays went with Nigeria and a Tunisia final, so I got that wrong. Don't worry, there's more predictions here, boys and girls, more predictions for you. Happy Kiss Me went with a Tunisia-Nigeria final. Chinzanja Inchenechicho went with Senegal a victory and a Nigeria victory. Wrong. Harley Bardot's been with us throughout the campaign as well. Went with Senegal, went with Nigeria. Unfortunately got that one wrong as well. Tunisia to beat Senegal. That's wrong as well. Temo So Fobs went with Senegal, went with Algeria. You're right. AEUEC went with a Tunisia, Nigeria victories. Unfortunately wrong. Wasim, well, like half wrong. double wrong. Wassim Tegri went with 2-1 victory for Senegal, 3-2 victory for Algeria. Correctamundo. Well, at least you got the right things. And this guy went with whatever he went here. Meanwhile, over on Twitchosphere, the Purple Hazer went with a 1-1 draw, and I can't remember what she went for penalties. He went for Senegal. He got that one on point. But he did get the Algeria one wrong. Meanwhile, LG and Cal also was live on Twitch. He went for Senegal. He also went for Algeria. So he got that one right, I believe. So, yeah, not too shabby there for LG and Cal. Purple Hazer got 50-50. I got them both wrong. So, unfortunately, I suck. Anyway, let's move on to what we're talking about. We're talking about the final, which comprises of Algeria. That's right, 10-11 currently with the bookmakers, up against Senegal, also 10-11 with the bookmakers. Now, why did I leave out Group C? Well, these two did duke it out in Group C earlier. They actually finished, Algeria did finish top of the pops with 9 points, Senegal in second spot with 6 points, unfortunately knocking out my boys Kenya along the way. The result that I'm really interested in obviously, was this one right here, the Senegal versus Algeria. So they did duke it out back on the 27th of June, and Algeria did pick up the victory, 1-0 victory. Does that have a sway in your own predictions? Does it have a sway in my predictions? I don't know. Just a quick look at that game itself. Mohamed Youssel Bafeli scoring the only goal on 49th minutes, and as you can look down here, it looks like a very evenish game with Senegal dominating the chances and possession, but Algeria have the big fat one and only number that really matters, and that is the increase in goals. So Senegal dominated it, Algeria won it. Does that sway your own predictions? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, obviously there is the Mickey Mouse third place bronze medal up for grabs as well. We're going to talk about that briefly. So Tunisia up against Nigeria will take place on Wednesday. Not much time to get your predictions in for that one, but I don't really care about it. But I'm going to put it. I know some people do, so I'm going to put it in here anyway. So Tunisia and Nigeria played each other 17 times, with Nigeria winning 6 of them, Tunisia winning 5 of them, and they've drawn each other 6 times as well. The bookmakers do have Nigeria favourites 11-8. The draw is 21-10. And Tunisia to pick up the victory 21-10 as well. I'm actually going to go away from favourites here. I think Nigeria don't really care about this, and I think Tunisia will come out on top 2-0 win to take the bronze medal. But here it is, folks. The one we really want to talk about, it is the final. Senegal up against Algeria. Now, obviously, remember, they played each other earlier in the tournament. Algeria took the win there. Will they get a double bubble over Senegal this time around? Now, they played each other 22 times in all competitions. Algeria picking up 13 victories. I'm sure one of them is the one that we mentioned earlier. Senegal winning 4 times. The draw has been 5 times between the two nations. The bookmakers who have Senegal 17-10 favourites. Algeria the long shots 9-5. The draw is 2-1. So, what have you guys got? I know there's nobody here. I'm talking to myself. There's no one on Twitch because there's nobody. I'm not even on Twitch. But get your predictions in the old comment section down below. What you think is going to happen in the final? I'm calling it, folks. My final prediction for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations is against the form book. It's against the recent result in the group stages. It is in favour of the bookies. That's right. I am going to go with Senegal to come out on top. 2-1 winners to become champions of Africa for the first time. Obviously, their best ever result was the runner-up spot back in, I think, 2002. I think that was with the Juf days. But they will come out on top finally and become kings of Africa. And let me, once again, get your own predictions and thoughts in your comment section down below. What you think will happen in the final, which takes place, I believe, Friday. So get ready, get excited. I'm looking forward to it. And that, my friends, is pretty much all I have for you. Now, obviously, throughout the summer, I have been live on Twitch with the Gold Cup, Cup of America, and of course Africa Cup of Nations. I've done them all. It was good few days. I did reach my target of 50 followers over on Twitch. Unfortunately, I didn't get the views. Which would have pushed me over the threshold. So that is a bit of a banana skin, but who cares? We got the followers, which was great. I'll go again on the Twitchosphere and try and get those numbers up with some other way, whether it's some gameplay or something like that, in the month of August. But just want to let you know that the prediction videos will continue into the new season. Domestically, we're going to be doing live predictions of the Premier League and the Championship over on YouTube, as well as continuing with Bundesliga, La Liga and Serie A predictions, and they will be pre-recorded. They won't be live. Also, I'll be doing live predictions of the Champions League group stages once we get to that point, and we'll also pre-record the Europa League. Those can all be found on the YouTube channel, which I'll give you the link for that in a second. And also, if you want some additional leagues, if you're big fans of Scottish football, Dutch football, Portuguese football, or French football, or maybe in the other couple of divisions in England, then the Patreon is the way to go, boys and girls. Make sure you head over to my Patreon channel and check that bad boy out. Become a member. Make me work for my money, boys and girls. Make me work for, because otherwise, if no one's gonna sign on to the Patreon, there's no point me busting my balls and doing those 6 additionals. I love predicting results. I think I've got a bit of a knack for it. I do suck sometimes, but anyway. And again, if you want to join me over on Twitch, the door is always open. And here are some links for you. Scribble them down on a bit of paper, or just scroll down a little bit and you can check it out in your description below. But that, my friends, is pretty much it. Yeah, you can feel free to support the channel in any which way you can. And also, here are some, you can check me out on these are the links. I do, I'm a frequent user of Twitter, so make sure you check me out over there. But that, my friends, is pretty much all I have for you. Well, who do you think is going to go out on top and win the African Cup of Nations? I've gone for Senegal. What have you guys gone for? Let me know in the old comment section down below. Also, I don't know, I'm going to try and do a kind of a recap of the finals of the Gold Cup and the Copa America and the Africa Cup of Nations, but I cannot guarantee it because of timing issues. I've got a lot going on the next few weeks. It's been a lot. It's been a very hectic kind of summer, to be honest with you. I didn't really get much chance to myself. But hey ho, and all that kind of good stuff. Looking forward to the new season domestically. Obviously, my mighty Blackburn Rovers, Ryan Lee and Co. are back in action. I'd love to see you guys on the old live watch-alongs over on Twitch, which will be in the month of September as well. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I've enjoyed this. Hopefully, we'll see a nice end to the tournament. Until I see you all again very, very soon, I should hope. Ciao for now, boys. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.